In a recent discussion on the Women's Reservation Bill, Asaduddin Owaisi, president of AMIN, highlighted the urgent need for a quota specifically for Muslim women within the 33% reservation for women in India's parliament. Despite the country's Muslim population standing at over 14%, their representation in the Lok Sabha has consistently been disproportionately low, with just 27 Muslim MPs on average since independence. In 2019, only 25 Muslim MPs were elected, with several states not having elected a Muslim MP for decades. The electoral system, influenced by caste and religion, further diminishes Muslim representation, raising concerns about their political voice being silenced. The call for increased Muslim representation in parliament grows louder amid such disparities.
Hamas' recent attacks on Israel have disrupted Israeli efforts, backed by the US, to normalize relations with Arab states without addressing Palestinian concerns. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had celebrated agreements with Arab neighbors, including potential normalization with Saudi Arabia. However, Saudi Arabia had set conditions, including US approval for its nuclear program and a security guarantee. The Gaza war shifted focus back to the Palestinian issue, leading Saudi Arabia to emphasize the importance of addressing Palestinian rights. The kingdom's foreign policy now prioritizes concrete actions for Palestinian interests, signaling a shift away from US influence and highlighting its pursuit of strategic autonomy.
India has expressed solidarity with Israel following Hamas attacks on Israeli citizens. Prime Minister Narendra Modi condemned terrorism in all forms and conveyed concerns about the safety of 18,000 Indians and 85,000 Israelis of Indian origin in Israel. India's response, while condemning Hamas attacks, reminded Israel of the universal obligation to observe international humanitarian law. This stance underscores India's delicate balancing act since establishing diplomatic ties with Israel in 1992, maintaining support for the Palestinian cause while fostering closer relations with Israel, evident in trade, technology, military, and counterterrorism cooperation. The situation challenges India's policy, emphasizing opposition to terrorism while avoiding support for indiscriminate reprisals.
Mizoram, India's second least populated state, is gearing up for a three-cornered battle in the upcoming assembly elections. Unlike other states, Mizoram's politics are less influenced by money and muscle power, focusing more on social service, public standing, and support from religious and social organizations. The ruling Mizo National Front, MNF, faces challenges from the Indian National Congress and the Joram People's Movement, ZPM. Chief Minister Joramthanga has played the ethnic card, championing the cause of the Kukizo people and garnering support. Development issues, particularly inflation, and concerns related to ethnic solidarity are pivotal factors in the state's elections.
A devastating flood triggered by a glacier lake outburst in Sikkim, India, wreaked havoc on 4th October, claiming at least 94 lives and causing widespread destruction. The flood resulted from the breach of the South Lhonak Glacial Lake, inundating the Teesta River basin. Flash floods swept away bridges, houses, and critical infrastructure, including the Chungathang Dam essential for the Teesta 3 hydropower project. Several villages along the Teesta were washed away, displacing thousands of people. The disaster raised questions about dam construction in a fragile region, with calls to reassess existing projects and prioritize environmental safety over energy security.